a group of people, including Mary Ray, were going to meet at the Dubliner, an Irish cafe on the corner of Ridge and Montgomery, with the owner, who had an idea that we shouldn't tear down the mansion because at that time rumors was it going to be a car wash or a storage unit. And I didn't know much about the mansion other than I knew the people who were running it then as a funeral home. And I said, well, we don't want a car wash a block and a half away, and I don't want a storage unit and who knows what else. Because at that time, things were sketchy up and down Montgomery Road, through the Ridge and through Kennedy Heights.
About this, I found that when you go to other cities and you talk about their art center, they think, well, is it a city-funded art center? Is it, who started it? How did it start? And they're always amazed that we have neighbors who started it, and not necessarily artists, but people who had that vision for a future, and it's grown tremendously. There was a big hole in the floor. At that time, no work had been done on the house, and it was in deplorable condition. That's for one reason for me why it seems so amazing that someone had the vision to see what it could become. I see tremendous growth here, and I hope it continues for another 20, 50, 60 years, well beyond our time. Honestly, I'm so proud of it.
Truly, I hope this doesn't sound too schlocky to say, but the Art Center is really like part of my family. It's always there in so many different kinds of ways. It's been a place to learn. I've been a student. It's been a place to work. I've been a part-time employee and a camp counselor. It's been a place to see myself as an artist and to have my art appreciated. It's been a place for years to bring my good friend Annie, who recently passed away from Alzheimer's, and we would come to Open Studio every Thursday, and I always felt that there was a place for her and a place for us to be together. Well, certainly the opportunity to say things from my heart and have my voice in those things from my heart validated and seen. And I think that that's one of the strengths of the Art Center, is that people feel seen here. All kinds of people, people that maybe are just starting to express themselves through the arts, or people that are quite accomplished, young, old.
A work of love. We lived in Kennedy Heights for many years. We love the building, and suddenly we hear that it's going to be a car wash, and we're shocked. And Mimi and I are thinking, well, what can we do? So I go see the lady who is the widow of the funeral director that lived at the center, and she tells me that she has to sell to the car wash because she has this humongous sales tax from the state, and she just can't pay it otherwise, and that's the reason she has to sell to the highest bidder. She'd love to sell it to the community, but can't do it. So we got to work, and we actually won, and we were able to remove the tax that lowered the price she needed, and the community was able to buy the building. And we have just been so happy that this building has survived as such. As I look back, I think of all the people that have nurtured the Art Center and its programming. All the board members, all the community people who have worked on the grounds, who've worked on the building, who've served on the board, who've donated money. The neighborhood has truly adopted the Art Center as a focus for our work in keeping this an integrated and eclectic and diverse neighborhood. And that's just wonderful.
Having the arts in our neighborhood has really enriched the quality of life here in Kennedy Heights. That it's very important to have an outlet for the arts in everyone's lives, young and old, rich and poor, because it's an enrichment in your life. I know several people who probably wouldn't have the arts in their lives if it wasn't for KHAC, Kennedy Heights Art Center. I have various clients who come to my food pantry who have been touched by coming here to some of the programs that they normally wouldn't have known about, let alone been able to attend. The scholarships that are provided here has allowed some people who are underprivileged to be able to have the enrichment of the arts in their lives. So the Kennedy Heights Art Center has touched many, many people's lives, and I'm thankful for that and very proud to have KHAC in Kennedy Heights.
And a lot of arts organizations talk about diversity and reaching a large, broad audience. But actually, when I showed up to camp, I was amazed by the variety of different kids, not from Kennedy Heights area, but also from everywhere. And actually turning to John and saying, "It's really diverse here." And he's like, "Yeah." Like wake up! This is welcome to our world. Welcome to the Kennedy Heights Art Center, a place where diversity really does happen. I think it's important on so many levels. It's important to visual artists as a place to actually keep their creativity going and actually have an opportunity to exhibit their work. It's also important because of what they offer to the community: classes, lectures, opportunities for the community to gain art appreciation. So it's valid. It's valid on so many different levels. Any aspect or facet of the arts, Kennedy Heights Art Center offers that. Photography, dance, spoken word, music, the visual arts experience through pottery, through everything. I mean, it just happens all here. And so I think anyone and everyone will have a voice and have a place here.
The arts integration component that the Kennedy Heights Art Center brings as our partner in education is phenomenal. From the ability to come into the classrooms and provide teachers with experiences that maybe they're not as well versed in, and supporting and scaffolding that learning that the students are getting by providing them with visual arts aids, and then partnering with other artists throughout the community. It's this well-rounded experience that our students and our teachers are able to learn from.
There's so much research around adding arts and implementing arts in a school setting impacts academic achievement. Like, we know kids flourish when they're exposed to the arts early. And so even our, not only visual arts, but music and band and orchestra, all of those components really do impact a child's holistic education and can increase academic outcomes.
I know that initially when I started working with the Art Center, I was like, I don't know that I'm good enough to even go in there. I really want to learn. And I'm an artist that's stepping into this world, and I was nervous about even approaching this institution. And it has been such a welcoming experience. And the dedication that both leadership and the artists that are already involved within the Art Center apply to everything that they do to make sure that it is welcoming for our community, for artists, for children, young and old. It's just been a blessing for me, really, because it has helped me grow.
Kennedy Heights Art Center and organizations like this really enhance the schools around the surrounding neighborhoods. And we could not do what we do in education without organizations like the Kennedy Heights Art Center and all of the programming that they offer and the partnership that they offer schools. So we just appreciate them. We're so excited to celebrate 20 years. That's huge. And we can't wait to continue and celebrate 40, 50, 100 years.
This is a place that I'm very fond of. The Kennedy Heights Art Center has a special place in my heart. I like the community thing that it does, the outreach of the community. It really is. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. I think it's important because of that connection to the community. I talk about this place a lot. I just had last year a retrospective at the Westin, the big times. The opening was lights out. The artist talk was wow. And it was wonderful. Loved it. But I don't know. This is like coming home here. We need art, because art sustains us. We look at something and we take joy. And I think that this community has a need for this particular heart here because it's a gathering place. It's a place that presents different ideas from different people. It welcomes everybody. It's very diverse when you come here. It would be less of a community if it wasn't here. It would be something is missing now. And there are some things you can't replace, you know. And we don't need another fast food place. We don't need another restaurant. We need art, you know, because art sustains us.
I thought it was really important that it focused on like teen art specifically, because you know when you're in high school you don't get a lot of chances to get your art published in something that's either online or in print. But yeah, it was cool that it focused on like teen art and teen collaboration. Yeah, so I think accessibility is the most important thing about the Arts Center. A lot of like art museums and art galleries are not elitist, but you have to like pay to get into them. And the Arts Center is much more accessible for everyone in the community to share their art, view art, you know, celebrate art. Art can be like something that's genuinely life-changing and life-saving. So I think if you think that you're not good enough to do art or you don't have the skill set for it, you just need to do it and try it out. And it's fun for everyone regardless of your skill level. You don't have to make something to make it good. You just have to make something to make something. So, yeah.